What did you say about boat times? You take boat times out of your goddamn mouth.
Hey boat people, sorry I've gone ahead and done a little bit of work without you. The reason being is because I come and visit the boat for like an hour after work here and there and I had a real horrible flu for a few days, so I didn't get to move on with anything. But anyway, this is what I've done. So today I've got about 3 hours. I've just come and quickly nailed on this the old wooden door, and what I want to do is make it so that no rats can get in from the outside. And also I've took off this beam and replaced it with some new timber, so I've got a new beam there for my door to switch onto, and I want to block up that hole underneath where the engine housing is there, and then that will reduce the entry points for rodents to get on the boat, because I really don't want any more rat poop to clean up, especially as I do the work. I came down the other day, I had about 3 hours again, and I threw on about 2.5 meters of fiberglass sheeting. I did a bloody awful job. The stuff was like a year old, out of date, and it went off in about 15 minutes. It was rock solid, so I lost about a quarter of it into the bucket, and I'm not that experienced with fiberglassing, despite really liking polymers and stuff. But that's what I have to. So that's the fiberglass box. Got a neat colour side on the outside, and I just took some white wood stain on this side of the panel, just trying to protect it from the rain, because as you can see, the sky's not my friend at the moment. Tide's just on the way in, just a couple of hours after work. See if I can get something there boxed off. I've learned now, and I will film some when I put some fiberglassing on, to not do such a huge amount in one go. I'll just do like 1 square foot at a time, just little patches, and just blob it on. So I'm going to work my way along. I've sanded it, all the knobs and bumps and holes, I've sanded them off, and I'll repatch that in the smaller style. But I mean, it's not letting the water in, that's the most important thing. Over and out. Hey, so it keeps deciding to rain and then not rain, and then rain and not rain, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. I've just put this box on the back. As is always a problem with these old boats, it seems that I'm an expert in just about anything at all, is that nothing ever is a bloody right angle. So by the time I put my woods back into match, I end up with a slightly twisted back plate, but the other one, the original on the other side, is the same. So go for it. What I'm using, it's all flat plate. What is it that I'm using, you ask? I could hear you shouting at home. The old screws that I'm taking out are all copper screws, so most of them are well, not copper or brass screws, but they're all soft metal, you know, so I'm absolutely caning them. Most of them are destroyed, just removing them. So where I'm screwing timbers back in, I'm using 80mm self-tapping deck screws for garden decking, made of stainless steel, so they'll never go off. And I'm finding them really good for hammering into timbers and things without splitting the wood, and without always having to, sometimes I do pre-drill, but without always having to pre-drill. That is until I've just leant over a bit wonky donkey and I've rounded my bit off in that screw. You can see it, that screw there. So it's just spinning at the minute, so I'll go and get my special screwdriver to remove it, aka claw hammer. Ping! Here's my claw hammer. So let's see if I can turn it. If I can, with the claws. If not, we're just going to be a straight rip job. Oh, it's painful because it's pretty bloody in. Answers on a postcard if you know a better way of ripping out a screw that. Oh, I'm going to wreck my wood. Oh. I guess what I could do is I can get a fresh bit, see if the fresh bit, because that bit's pretty rounded off, maybe a fresh bit will bite into it and that'll spin it out, so we'll try that. It's off the timber behind there anyway. So I just searched through my toolbox and I found another fresh bit. Show you the difference between the rounded off and the not rounded off. Oh, what if I could find it? So that's my rounded off one. Pretty obviously, get my fang hammer to focus. Right, put them side by side. When you put them side by side. Rounded. Not rounded. Well, the teeth are well gone on that one, so it'll probably be a good chance it'll work. Make sure I'm facing it this time. Oh, right, straight out. I'm not going to try and put it back in, nope. I'm going to go with a fresh one. Show you just how easy these bloody things go in, they're brilliant. They bite onto the end of the drill bit really well. It says as he drops it. And bloody brilliant they are. So there you go. That's my oh, and then lost a bit into the sea. I recommend them. They seem to be good. Someone's probably going to tell me that I'm stupid and they're a terrible thing to use, but make me happy. So, train. Here begins Captain Smith's rough guide to rough fiberglassing. I'm not going to give you advice on any measurements because I don't know what they are. I do follow some of the guides, but it seems to change from case to case. I don't know if it does. I don't understand the full ins and outs of fiberglassing, but if you buy yourself a ready-made kit, you get a little bottle of catalyst, and there's a little guide in there that tells you how much to mix. You mix it up in your bucket. Depending on how much catalyst you put in, you've got a limited amount of time until it goes hard. Now, as mentioned, I used an out-of-date bottle with too much catalyst the other day, and it took about 9 minutes until it was rock solid. So I'm going to go a little bit easier. I'm going to use, for this little patch, I'm going to use about 400-500 ml of fiberglass resin and a soupçon of catalyst. I'll have a look at what the guide is, but there is a measuring. They give you a little syringe as well in the one that I bought. I've got an approximate sized patch of, it's got grass and shit all over it. Oh no! And I'm dropping stuff in the sea. I'll have to get that in a second. And then I'll lash it on and stick it over the top. But always when using fiberglass, please, and I am an advocate for health and safety, but like most moronic men, I do depend on safety squints and don't always wear the appropriate gear. But please do, if you're using fiberglass, wear gloves because it's nasty, nasty shit. Public information message from Rufus. So I've mixed my, I say so a lot, don't I? I've mixed my my resin and my catalyst, and I'm away to go. The timer has literally started already. That's my bit that I'm going to cover. So I'm going to start with, I've dumped a bit in the gap there because there is a gap. I've just rolled up a bit of filler, a bit of fiberglass. I've done that in, and I am just going to literally lash. There you go. Fiberglass sheeting. Stick it on, try and let some overspill onto the board on the outside. Everywhere I can. I don't think I can do this with a horse holding the camera, so I'm going to go away. I'll show you when it's finished. But then you just lash the stuff on. I need 2 hands, sorry. It's been about 10 minutes, and that's pretty much it. I've just lashed a load of resin on it. It all ran out, bucket's empty. Let's stay with bucket. Bucket's empty. I put an additional strip about 4 or 5 inches long on the outer edge, just around the corner, and then you hold the outside and brush in on this side, and then hold the inside and brush out on the other side to try and get a corner which is bloody knobbly as hell, but you know, I'll sand it back if need be. And I've pretty much made the whole side out of the same fashion, and it looks like a dog's dinner, but we will get there. Fiberglass is not my forte, but that's it. I've lashed on that corner, and at least now no water's going to get in there when it's solid in about 15 minutes. That top edge is filled nicely. I had a rolled up piece of fiberglass in there, and then I poured a load of resin in that as I was going, so that'll fill that gap. And the base joints, there you go. Anyway, that's the backboard. It should go quite white opaque, more opaque like the side there when it's dry. This is the finished corner. Nice and dry and hard. A couple of little sticky uppy bits of fibre, but because I'm terrible at it, but I'll give them a sand off. And that's the box. Rock and roll, simple as. Okay, I'm going to bid you farewell. I think that's wrapping up time anyway. It's starting to rain. Enjoy, people. Bye bye.